What's up, everyone? Moses here, bringing you a bit of an update on what I've been doing on the Soul Self-Found Incursion League. Currently, I have this Windripper Full Magic Find Bow character. You guys watched the guide. So I've made this character about a week ago. I have about 3 days and 20 hours played on this character, which is quite a bit. And the character is only level 92, simply for the reason that throughout the entirety, almost the entirety of this character's life, up until the day before yesterday, all I've been doing was grinding tier 4 gorge maps and tier 4 volcano maps for the sole purpose of preparing for the next build, getting a couple of items that I wanted. And as you can see, volcanoes, we get the Calm's Heart divination cards. The plan was originally to get 8 of them, and then I'll be able to corrupt the second one on the altar. Maybe I get a nice little corruption. But I kind of got tired. I only need 3 more cards. Perhaps, we have 27 maps here. I mean, perhaps I find myself the strength to grind a little more. But I'm actually more excited about something else, which is what this video is mostly about. So we got that Calm's Heart. Second was Gorge maps. Luckily, I didn't have to go back to the grinding after farming the Lion divination cards. These cards give you 5 potentially, 5 the Lion items, potentially the jewel. And yeah, there's boots, there's shield, there's body armor, there's a bow, and there's the jewel. The Lionized Fall is an excellent jewel. It allows us to very efficiently grab all the crit multi-nodes over here, and then takes care of all of our leech mana and the life leech in just one node. It transforms all these originally claw nodes into bow nodes. And yeah, so it says claw crit chance and multi, but increased crit chance with bows, increased crit multi with bows. Okay, so leech with bows and all that stuff. So pretty good stuff. And this allowed me to respec these nodes right here. And yeah, that's what I've been running with. So very, very happy about that. And of course it will use me for the next build as well. So yeah, Volcano and Gorge is what I've been grinding. Only tier 4 maps. It was a hell of a grind. We got 5 sets. No, we got 6 sets. And yeah, it was 3 shields, 2 boots, and 1 jewel. Luckily, I did get the jewel. So good stuff. And next on the agenda is something that's going to be a bit harder to get than just the Lionized Jewel, although, and the body armor of Calm's Heart. Next one is going to be the Heterochromia divination sets. So this one gives you a 2-stone ring, and there's basically only 4 2-stone rings in the that you can possibly get. And this is divination card. It gives us either Beric's Pass, Call the Brotherhood, Beric's Grip, and Beric's Respite. These rings, outside of this one, when you vendor these 3 rings, the result is going to be the Taming. The Taming is just an absolutely ridiculously strong ring. It's originally a Nemesis ring, which is all these rings as well. Outside of Call the Brotherhood, I'm not really sure about that one, but Beric's rings are all Nemesis rings, which means you can't get them unless the map that you're farming is a Nemesis map, which is of course not available this league through the map device, but potentially will be available in the future. But yeah, the only way to effectively get those is to turn in the Heterochromia divination set that gives you a unique, random unique 2-stone ring. Now, the results are kind of skewed heavily in favor of the worst ring of all the 3, Beric's Pass, and that's why if you look at PoE trade, for example, you'll see, this one is like I don't know, a couple chaos. Well, this one could be a few exalts. This one also could be a few exalts. Not entirely sure about the prices, but these are definitely the rarer, um, uh, you know, Barracks Grip and Barracks Respite. So when you turn in a set, chances are you're actually going to get, um, you know, Barracks Pass, which is why, yeah, I did turn in the two, and that's the one and the second that I got. So, I mean, chances are that if I grind enough, I'll get all the rings. The plan right now, it's a very, very rare card. Okay, I'll give you an idea. I've done 2 streams. I farmed 5 cards, okay? So it took me about 12 hours or so for 5 divination cards. So, I mean, maybe even, yeah, maybe something like 15 hours or so. So, on average, once every 3 hours, but you know, when you farm for 6 hours in a row and you're not getting a single card, and yeah, you have to farm the estuary map, right? That's where these divination cards drop, right here, estuary. So, I mean, I don't know what will happen, but for now, I am still motivated to farm these cards. Worst comes to worst, we have our, you know, Zoff Blood with Zoff Nurture. We have 100% physical to fire conversion, and this OPOP that I somehow managed to get on the Soul Self-Found League, very, very luckily, and the Calm's Heart. I mean, we have a good, very, very good base for our next build, but having this ring, I mean, let's just... Okay, so if you vendor 1, 2, and 3, you get in return the Taming. The Taming is an extremely strong ring. It gives you increased damage per ailments on an enemy. Okay, so per freeze, shock, and ignite, you get 20% increased damage, so up to 60% increased elemental damage with attacks. Neutral, random, you know, elemental damage with attacks. 20 to 30 to all res, which is very, very, very good, aside from the fact that it is a prismatic ring, so it gives you up to 40%, you know, to cold fire lightning, which is very, very, very good. No life roll, but 30 elemental damage on top if that's not enough. So you get the 60, you know, percent elemental damage attacks, and then up to 60% elemental damage attacks from this right here. And in theory, you can dual wield it. So aside of that, it also gives you 10% chance to freeze, shock, and ignite. So, you know, with these, if I do manage to basically get 2 of each and then vendor and then get 2 of these, my next build is going to be so strong, it's going to be ridiculous. That's basically what I'm trying to do. But I will settle for just one of them. I am playing Soul Self-Found, and honestly, I don't know if I can, like, how long I can keep the, you know, farming this heterochromia cards. I don't know. I mean, yeah. It's kind of depressing farming for 6 to 7 hours and not seeing a single card, playing Soul Self-Found, and the fact that I already know, and you know, that the results are kind of skewed towards the Barracks Pass, and it's very, very hard to turn in and just get like Barracks Respite. Okay, so we got 2 out of 3. Oh baby. I was kind of hoping for the Respite, but hey, it's a different ring than what we have. Whew. Alright, so return that in. A little bit of a yeah, a little bit of a video value there, video RNG. Thank God I didn't get 3 of them. Man, it took me forever to grind these. Anyways, so we are on the grind. You are welcome to join. I just need 1 more. I just need the Barracks Respite, which is the rarest of them all. But yeah, Barracks Respite, and then I can get the Taming, which is pretty ridiculous. Could happen soon. Anyways, as soon as we get the Taming, or hopefully 2 of them, I'm going to start the next build, and it's going to be some serious elemental bow build with this bow. I always wanted to make something with this bow. It has very high physical attack damage, the chance to ignite, the proliferation, and you know, some life when you ignite an enemy. Pretty good for sustain. But obviously we're gonna get leech and all that stuff, so yeah. excellent bow, and I did manage to 6-link it, and I also just got a 300%. I mean, I didn't even use the Divine Orb. It's just kind of happened like that. I blessed the bow, and yeah. So I'm very, very excited about the next build. All that fire damage, you know, if I do find the energy within me to grind 3 more of these cards, could be even better, because then we could potentially corrupt this one, get some insane double corruption. Although this league, I mean, if you guys watched the stream, I actually had 2 of them. The clips are there on the Twitch. Exclamations off 1, exclamations off 2 on the Twitch channel. I did have 2 of them, corrupted one of them because I knew I had a backup one, and of course it poofed because everything freaking poof in this altar of corruption. But hey, anyway, so that was the video. That's what I'm planning on doing with this Magic Find Bow character, farming those divination cards, which is extremely satisfying once you get these. You know, once you get these items on the Soul Cell Found, it feels very, very, very good, and I'm very, very happy I did not go Trading League this one. I just went, you know, and just went ahead and did the Soul Cell Found experience. It's awesome. I got all the currency that I need. You know, I got a bunch of breach stones that I could level up the next character with. I mean, we're all set. I also have some plans on farming these currently 11 sets, potentially get an Uber series set going. We do have the hope, you know. We have actually 2 hopes, because divination cards are OP, but yeah. So there's a bunch of stuff going on, and there's a bunch of plans. I have so many ideas for builds. I also found a bunch of Poet's Pens. I mean, these things just keep dropping all the time. Look, there's 3 more over here. I don't know what's going on. We got Blood Seekers here. We got some 6-link bows that we could use for some like elemental hit. We can try and get plus to you know, plus to bow gems, plus to fire gems and all that stuff. Never made a build with Congors, never made a build with Pledge of Hands or Tyrant's Shiver, which could be super cool. We even found a Mjolnir. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff that we can do this league. All these weapons and shields. I got a Tempest. Where is it? There it is. It's also 6-socketed. So that on its own is an endgame build on its own right there. So trading, not too necessary. We did manage to get, yeah, what I actually was thinking about doing with this Tempest that actually rolled pretty sweet is... couple words on that is using impulses with the Tempest, because so much lightning damage. So I managed to 6-link that as well. So it's been going awesome. You don't really need trading if you know what you're doing. Of course, shaping the Atlas to Gorge and Volcanoes required a bunch of removal of all the Tier 4, Tier 5 maps except Gorge Volcanoes. We also need to shape Sulfur Vents so that when we run Volcanoes, we won't be able to drop it. We were unable to get rid of the channel problem, because when you do farm Gorge, Tier 5 maps will drop with a 50%, more than 50%. A chance to get with 100%, sorry, chance to get channel maps. So when you're running Gorge, the only way, I mean, the reason is I just wanted to get Gorge and Volcano. They were both Tier 4, so I had a problem with this corner being able to sustain both maps, but we did end up doing it, as, I mean, you can see. We got a bunch of Gorge, we got a bunch of Volcanoes, but it was a bit tricky, and it cost a lot of Sextants to remove all the Tier 4, Tier 5 except these, and then shaping, unshaping. We had Sulfur Vents shaped and all that stuff. It was kind of a weird thing, but we ended up getting all the Sextants that we needed. We farmed, and yeah, we got everything done. Now we needed to, well, this is a Magic Find bow with bow build with not the highest survivability. I did started this league knowing and keeping in mind the estuary map, so I actually did shape it initially, and I had about, I don't know, 20 of them, and I did farm a little bit, but the character was dying, and it's not particularly meant, you know, to farm full Magic Find with very little life. I mean, I did manage to get quite a decent character overall, but in the end it wasn't, like, you know, enough for all these for for all these incursions on a tier 14 map, the bosses would just, you know, destroy me, and I lost a lot of value there. So I decided to just stay with the tier 9, which this character is doing just fine. We die every once in a while, but it's okay. The character is meant to farm divination cards. So what I did have to do here is, as you see, shape the shipyard and shape the arachnid tomb so that when the game rolls, and of course remove all tier 9 and all tier 10 from the atlas, and of course the tier 11, I needed to remove and unshape my original Underground Sea map. So unshaping all these maps, you know, Underground Sea, I needed to unshape the tier 15 Bog and the tier 15, what was my second one? I don't remember. Either way, I needed to unshape both of them so that I can get the, oh, it was Belfry. So unshaping these is, each one is 20 chisels, 5 regrets. And that's like, well, about 100 chisels to shape this atlas. It's not so self-found chisels. It's, I mean, it's not trading league chisels. Just buy them. It's super easy. It's, you know, hard-earned, so self-found chisels, which is kind of a big deal. And I am still a little struggling with the, you know, sustaining maps. I mean, I just converted this atlas from tier 4 map farming to tier 9 estuary. So just, yeah, we did need to remove all tier 9, all tier 10, and we needed to shape Arachnid Tomb and Shipyard because estuary is connected to both, and originally they are tier 10. So when the game rolls 10, I wanted to drop estuary. I don't want to farm Shipyard or Arachnid Tomb. So that's like the strategy. And of course the boss dropped me a remarkable, the boss in estuary can drop tier 11, right? And the boss dropped me a remarkable amount of tier 11 maps, which was just ridiculous. So I had to unshape the Underground Sea. So now I don't have a shape tier 11. No, I can't, because, you know, the boss can drop it out of a tier 9. So yeah, that's been the struggle, but our atlas is finally ready and complete. One thing I haven't been doing this league is, well, chasing Shaper Elder. Perhaps I do that, you know, perhaps I try my luck trying to get a couple of Watcher's Eyes, maybe one or two. Maybe one of them will fit any of the future builds that we're going to do. There's going to be a race. I'm not going to be taking part of it. Soul Self-Found is, I mean, I really am committed to the whole Soul Self-Found idea this league. I don't know what I'm going to do next league, but yeah, I just wanted to make this video, tell you guys what I've been doing, kind of a, you know, kind of a incursion blog video, and sharing kind of like my strategy, what I've been doing, what are the plans ahead. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye. Oh yeah, and come and visit the stream, subscribe to the channel. Yeah, leave your comments, likes. If you have any questions, feel free to go drop by. I'm streaming all the time, and all those things. Thanks very much. Bye bye.